Yeah, you can start recording and
Okay, I think we'll start our webinar. Good afternoon, everybody who were able to join. And my name is Dina Palumbo. I'm a product sales manager for Fluence. My expertise in mechanical aeration and mixing equipment with Fluence. And today we'll have approximately an hour long presentation talking about all the extensive product line of mechanical aeration and mixing device offered by Fluence. I will try to allocate 15 minutes for questions and answers. So if you have any questions during my presentation, please feel free to use chat to submit your question or just write it down, and I'll be happy to answer any questions at the end of the presentation. So let's start. I have a lot of stuff to cover today. Um, all of you, or majority of you, probably knows Fluence as innovative technology equipment supplier for MABR system. But I would like to just, for those who are not aware, uh, Fluence basically was formed as a consolidation of independent water and wastewater treatment companies in 2017, and that included multiple factories throughout the world and also United States. So prior to Fluence, we also had an extensive history of being a leading supplier for mechanical aeration and mixers. And actually, the company was founded in 1987. It was privately owned company, founded by Peter Gross, and we are based in Minneapolis, USA. And we still have a factory, and entire factory is pretty much dedicated in manufacturing, designing, and doing research and development for mechanical aeration and treatment device. So we have a very long history in being a global supplier for mechanical aeration technologies. We have multiple installations worldwide. We worked intensively in of course, North America, Canada, South America, and then we had pretty extensive coverage in Asian and Australian, New Zealand markets. We have 12 different aeration and mixing technologies, and definitely a leading supplier for North American market. You may heard the name, not Fluence, but we, prior to Fluence acquisition, we were Aeromix Systems. So 12 different products, and I will try to cover all of them in this short timeline. Um, Basically, we have a complete line of mechanical aeration technologies. Main focus, I would say, it's wastewater treatment. However, we offer technologies for freshwater treatment as well. We will have several slides later in the presentation. We are very active in municipal markets, but have a very strong presence in industrial and private markets as well. Here in the slide, you see the list of our product lines, the names, and I will start with top three selling lines, most popular product, and then we will also take a look at freshwater line, and then solar powered circulator we have available. And Yeah, let's start. The few things about manufacturing approach and overall um, product offering. Um, all equipment, as I mentioned before, we have a manufacturing facility in Minneapolis, so all equipment is produced in the United States. Our product features is that we use all stainless steel construction. So that immediately tells you that it's a wastewater focus. Majority of equipment components would be 304, 316 stainless steel equipment. We have a relatively fast delivery for some of the products, and again, hundreds and hundreds of installations in the United States and worldwide. We serve both municipal and industrial customers. Let's start from number one top seller for Fluence. This product was actually the first product launched as Aeromix system in 1987, and we are talking about Tornado directional subsurface aerators. I hope you guys recognize this name, and that's definitely a top seller. And first thing which comes in mind when we select the equipment and size the equipment. And the reasoning for that, it's very efficient performance and then also competitive pricing. So here you can see the a picture of the Tornado unit, and basically, as I mentioned, this unit has complete 3 or 4 stainless steel design, and principle of operation is relatively simple. You have air open, so you have a motor which is above water surface, and then you have a lower end with propeller. So the lower end of the shaft with propeller is below water surface. We also have an air intake tube which is located above water surface. So when propeller starts rotating, we have air aspiration through the air draft, through air inlet opening, and we get a very strong mixing and aeration action below water surface. My next slide will show you a video of Tornado mixing and aeration zone. And as you can see, all the mixing and aeration is happening below water surface. So Tornado aerator would mount at the angle in the water, and propeller submerged below the water. The low pressure zones draw air in through the air intake tube and propels it down the large diameter draft tube. Turbulence and flow created by the propeller breaks up the air bubbles and provides great mixing in the basin and disperse oxygen. We usually select this equipment for large basins such as lagoons, and but that's not the only application suitable for Tornado aerators. However, it's a number one selection for lagoons because of a Tornado ability to cover large areas and provide directional mixing, being able to reach problem areas in the basins and provide excellent bottom mixing. All right. So a few words about design features and benefits. As I mentioned before, we have stainless steel construction. We can standard is 3 or 4 stainless steel. We can also offer equipment in 316 stainless steel for, let's say, landfill applications, or when we have high salinity wastewater. Tornado is also excellent solution for high strength wastewater applications where we have high solid content, also industrial customers. And the reasoning for that is unique seal bearing design. We have a lower bearing here, and the bearing is sealed and grease lubricated. So basically there is no contact with wastewater and the bearing. You can operate units with environments and total solids of 15,000, 20,000 milligrams per liter. We use standard equipment. There is no customizable parts, and we have parts department, dedicated parts people who will be able to assist you with maintenance and replacement of the components. Typically, it ships very fast. The replacement parts ship very fast, within 5 to 10 days. Very easy to install and low maintenance product. Here on the right, you see a another product we have in the Tornado family, and it's called blower assisted unit. So instead of air aspiration through this air inlet tube, we have a forced air supply with the blower, and what it does, it increases oxygen boost and also provides additional mixing of the unit. So we still consider it as a Tornado family. It's just a self-aspirating unit offering versus blower assisted unit offering. um, the motor is 1800 RPM motor. Our standard brand is TechTop, provided TechTop brand for the motor. It worked really well for us, and we definitely, if needed, we can customize and supply different type motors, explosion proof motors, or different brand motors if needed. The oxygen transfer rate for the self-aspirating unit is up to 1.6 pounds of oxygen per horsepower per hour, and we offer a wide range of sizes. The smallest unit is 2 horsepower, and we go as high as 100 horsepower units. And the same applies for the blower-assisted unit, again, up to 100 horsepower. Tornado aerators also have a wide variety of accessories, and I will cover possible optional accessories in the next few slides. What it does, the wide accessory offering allows us to adjust to different applications and accommodate your project conditions. Let's say we have equalization basin and we have fluctuating water levels. Or if basin, or we want to apply this equipment for stormwater basin aeration. In this case, as you see here, what we offer would be low-level legs. This is this part right here, which attaches to the pontoon system, and what it does, it prevents aerator propeller hitting basin bottom, and it also protects, in case of it's lined lagoon, it also protects lagoon bottom being damaged by the propeller. So low-level legs will be needed for any application when your water level drops less than 3 feet. Another thing I would like to mention is that due to feature of sealed grease lubricated bearings, we have no minimal water requirements. The propeller, of course, it doesn't make sense to propeller or aerator to be running, but if water level goes below 3 feet, propeller is exposed, it's not gonna burn out or be damaged. Some of the offerings in the market have wastewater lubricated bearings in their design, and those type of units, they cannot be run dry. They cannot be not submerged in wastewater. Again, with Fluence product, we do not have issue of low water level failures with the bearings. Another accessory which we have available would be swing arm system. This is this frame right here. What it does, it allows the aerator to attach to the cable, and using swing arms will allow aerator to rise and fall with fluctuating water levels. So again, mainly used in equalization basins, stormwater basins, or in applications where you have varying water levels. We have different lengths of swing arms. They come in 10, 15, and 20 feet, and can allow us to accommodate pretty high water level fluctuations. In case if you have clay bottom or earthen bottom lagoon, we can offer an optional erosion shield, which will attach to the pontoon system and allow operation in shallow basins, or prevent bottom erosion, possible bottom erosion when you have clay or earthen lagoon for your application. Standard angle of operation for the tornado is a 45-degree angle. So this angle right here. However, it's possible to adjust the angle of operation. You can bring unit closer to the water surface. In that case, you may have occasional vortexing, and for those cases, we offer anti-vortex shield. So this would be the angle adjustment usually allows you to operate this unit in a shallower basin. And again, in that case, so if you plan to adjust and have a smaller angle of operation, we recommend using anti-vortex shield with your equipment. As an optional item, we know that servicing of the units is needed, and to make it easier on operators, we offer optional deck grating option. So the number of pontoons for aerators will depend on your horsepower of the unit, and the units come with 2, 4, 6, and 8 pontoon system. Deck grating option is recommended for units with 4 pontoons and more. We do not recommend standing on a small aeration unit with 2 pontoons, but that's another accessory available from Fluence. Some of the basins with smaller surface area or constant water level, besides pontoon system, we can offer wall and bridge mounts. Pictured here. We also offer a 180-degree swivel pad to allow aerator to be pointed in various directions. You can see one of the installation here on the right. Again, in this case, we recommend that water basin to be at a constant level to make sure we don't flood the air inlet opening. Anyways, this accessory is also available from Fluence. We can customize the bridge mounts and mm, basically work with your existing basin conditions and mounting requirements. In the larger basins, lagoons, we typically see mooring from shore to shore, and typically you see the cable and electrical and mooring cable run across the lagoon, and at the shore you have a mooring posts. And very simple installation with rope clips. You wrap the mooring wire around the mooring post and secure it with clips, and then we typically see electrical and mooring cable to be running together, so you can run the cable across the unit, or also cable can be run parallel to the float system, as showed here on the option B. We will, as Fluence, when we select the equipment, we typically provide you with a recommended layout drawing for the best positioning of the units as well. In case if we have a very large span lagoons, which is typical for industrial customers. We also offer an option of 3-point mooring when you moor aerator with mooring blocks or anchor blocks. In that case, you don't need to run a heavy mooring line across the lagoon. So that's another option offered by Fluence. I mentioned before that when I'm sizing equipment or when I receive an inquiry for application, Tornado would be my first possible solution due to efficient oxygen transfer rate, excellent mixing capabilities, and also competitive pricing. Definitely, Lagoon is the right application for Tornado. In the 90% of cases, we would offer Tornado for your lagoon basin. We have also ability to run units in the winter. We're not afraid of colds. As you may be aware, we are based in Minneapolis, so we have a variety of cold weather applications, and We will talk a little bit about winter operations later on. But again, lagoon, large water and wastewater basins, definitely a number one application for tornado aerators. Another possible application which we see mainly during spring and summer times is algae control. Um, uh, Again, very easy and inexpensive solution to provide additional oxygen boost and water movement in your pond when you're dealing with algae. You can see units installed in the basin, and then strong mix in action for algae control basin after the tornado has been running. Equalization basins, absolutely very popular application, and the it could be a smaller basin, concrete basin, as you can see here in the middle. It's a custom solution where we have a vertically mounted floats and the guide rail, and basically tornado aerator goes up and down with fluctuating water levels in the basin. So this is offering for small basins where you don't have a lot of surface area. Another possible option is just a larger retention pond, and again, we offer swing arm system, we offer low level legs, we can provide mixing down to 18 feet depths, and you don't need to worry about shallow basins or empty basins and shutting unit off. We have no minimal operational depth requirement. Our sealed grease lubricated bearings also withstand abrasive environments, which you can see in stormwater basins or stormwater retention ponds. We can offer simultaneous aeration and mixing for equalization basin applications. Sludge holding tanks and oxidation ditches is another possible application to be installed in tornado units. In oxidation ditches, we typically see some other equipment already installed. So what we do, we have a supplemental mixing. Typically, oxidation ditches are shallower and have some sludge accumulated already. So when installing tornado aerators, first of all, it's very easy installation. You don't need to drain the basin. And what tornado helps tremendously is with your accumulated solids and additional mixing in the oxidation oval. Sludge holding tanks, we are capable of chasing applications with 2-3% solids in sludge holding tanks. Again, I'm going back to our sealed grease lubricated bearings. We don't have direct contact with wastewater and solids. They will not damage the bearings, and the unit is suitable for operation in applications with high solid content. I mentioned ice control and cold weather operation. So again, we are talking about lower bearings. The bearing during operation, they generate some amount of heat, and it's called self-heated bearing. The unique thing about Fluence design is that you can allow unit run during winter conditions, and even if for some reason unit stop and unit can get completely frozen during winter, just because of sealed bearing design, you can restart the unit, and eventually it will reopen the frozen area. Any ice and snow accumulation at the top of the unit when bearings are when unit is in operation, the heat generated by bearings will melt some snow and ice on the top of the unit. If needed, we can definitely provide blower and motor heaters, but again, it's not required for our units to be running in cold weather conditions. We have a very extensive installation base in northern USA and Canada, and mm, the bearings, our bearings are designed for 100,000 hours of service life, and again, winter operation is possible, and the operation is year round. Also small basins, typically post aeration basins is a tornado is a popular solution when you cannot use diffused air system, for example. I think price-wise, tornadoes relatively comparable, but much easier to install in post aeration basins. Can be really small units, and as you can see in the pictures here, tornado can be mounted vertically in your basin. So selection of a smaller horsepower units, 2 to 3 horsepower, typically suffice and provides enough aeration and mixing in the basin. Of course, activated sludge, any aeration basin, when it's a feasible solution to go with mechanical aerators. We are happy to offer tornado technology as well. Um, Industrial applications is quite popular. We have a very strong presence in industrial markets. Very popular in the industries or applications for us would be with food and beverage customers. We also have landfill installations. Typically, we offer 316 stainless steel, and another popular application would be pulp and paper mills to provide supplemental mixing with to maybe supplement existing high-speed floating aerators you see at pulp and paper mills. So this is a summary for tornado aerator. Again, this is a very popular product line and #1 seller for tornado. We will cover next product, which is very similar to tornado, and it's called the direct drive riptide mixer. Very similar, if you can see in the picture, it looks very similar to tornado aerator. The only difference, well, there's few differences. First of all, besides being a subsurface unit, we have a special propeller. It's a marine type weedless design propeller. We have a slower RPM motor. It's riptide mixers utilizing 1200 RPM motors. And then you have solid shaft, so there is no air inlet opening in the shaft. Riptide is ideal solution for wastewater treatment and supplemental mixing, typically providing complete basin design flexibility. We can adjust the unit on the float, adjust the angle of operation, and we can direct mixing towards a mixing deficient area. I mentioned the weedless design propeller. So this propeller allows us to provide much more efficient mixing than when compared to tornado units. All of the shaft and propeller design is out of 304 stainless steel material of construction. We also have a solid vibration-free design. The design incorporates again sealed ball bearing, and what we have in Riptide design is a built-in dual action vortex shield. So typically with this type of propeller, you may see some vortexing, and the vortex shield, anti-vortex shield, comes in already installed with the unit. We can customize the unit to have a 316 stainless steel material of construction, and then motors can also be supplied with 900 or 1200 RPM. Um, the unit is available from 2 to 20 horsepower. The 20 horsepower unit, it can provide complete mixing in the areas up to 20 feet. So we're definitely looking at high basin mixing efficiency. And again, the same as tornado units, all mixing takes place below water surface. You can install this unit as a supplemental mixer or combine it with tornado aerator to have very efficient mixing in the basin, and then provide aeration from tornado units. Variety of mounting options for the Riptide. Basically, the accessories are very similar to what I covered in the tornado presentation. We have low-level legs and a float-mounted option or a wall-mounted option for basins with constant water levels. Variety of applications as well, suitable technology for ice control, algae control, landfill leachate, and any application where you need strong mixing action. Also popular solution for industrial applications. Switching to next unit, that would be our submersible self-aspirating hurricane aerator. I'll have a video for unit in action in my next slide right here. So what we have unit which is it's designed to be to have a submerged operation. We have a chemical duty, explosion proof, water cooled motor, and we also have the shaft spinning the impeller. I'll show you in my next slide. And let's switch here. So the motor shaft is spinning the impeller, and the spinning action creates a low pressure zone and basically pulls air from the above water surface. This is air inlet tube with a filter or silencer installed on the top. And again, the principle of operation is air aspiration. As a result of this, we get a very strong mixing and aspiration action coming out of diffused air tubes right here. We're looking at medium to fine bubble aeration. Air and water is mixed together quite efficiently, and the air bubbles is broken into fine bubbles by a spinning impeller. And the turbulence and flow created by the impeller allows air and water mixture to disperse through the diffuser pipes. We we creating a very intense mixing action in 360-degree, basically all around the unit. This unit is definitely suitable for smaller basins, but the applications where you have a deeper tank but smaller surface areas, I wouldn't install it in the lagoons, but in any case where you have a smaller size basin with depths up to 23, 26 feet, hurricane aerator could be a suitable solution. One thing to keep in mind, again, we utilize a submersible motor, so we have a minimal operational water depth requirements of 3 feet. And another thing is that we also need to assure that your air inlet pipe is sized accordingly to your operational water basin depths. It needs to be above water surface, obviously, to allow air aspiration. If It's possible to run the unit without the air inlet tube, but in that case you will get no air aspiration. Your unit will run in a mixing only mode. We had customers who ordered it without air inlet tube, just one section, and it was mixing only operation. Another way to achieve mixing only option is to install air inlet valve, and in that case you operator can shut off air inlets supply for let's say SBR applications, specific applications where you need mixing only option. It's an optional accessory and add-on to go with your Hurricane aerator, and it can be manual or automatically controlled valve, as you can see in this picture on the left. In regards to motor sizes, so the smallest unit is 5 horsepower, and we go in the ranges. It's 5, 10, 15, and such up to 100 horsepower. We sell products worldwide, so all of our motors can operate at 50 or 60 hertz frequencies. And again, specifically Hurricane unit, it can be operated as an aerator mixer, or mixing only mode. I mentioned the only rotating part, impeller. You can see it in the picture here on your right, and the impeller is made out of 17.4 stainless steel, and it's the only moving part. And here's you see the connection to the diffuser pipes. All of the components, again, made out of 304 316 stainless steel. The motor is a chemical duty explosion proof rating, so popular solution for applications with high solid content or industrial customers. Unique features about the Hurricane is that it's very easy to install. You don't need to drain the basin to install the unit. We had customers who acquired the unit and installed it in basically basins which were filled with wastewater. It's hard to see on this picture, but that's a filled basin. And also so units can be installed without draining the tank. Another feature I would like to mention is that Hurricane aerator doesn't need to have any anchoring or bolting to the bottom of the tank. It's pretty much a freestanding unit. You need to have a flat surface, as you can see here, picture on the left. We have a concrete pad, and we also have adjustable legs, can be seen on the right here, which can allow some unit adjustment on the basin to allow for some uneven surface of the bottom of the basin. So the unit ships completely assembled. The only parts you need to assemble on site would be diffuser pipes, and then also air inlet pipe needs to be connected. There's shipping restrictions, so we ship unit with 5 feet air inlet pipes, and those are put together on site. But minimal assembly and very easy to install. The air diffusers, what you can see here, what Fluence can do, we can customize the length of diffusers. And as you saw in the previous picture, and as you can see in this picture, the diffusers come in a different length, 3 different size lengths, and that's done to optimize your mixing pattern, to make sure that we don't have a very strong interference between the plumes coming out of the diffuser pipe. So that allows us a better coverage and mixing a pattern next to the unit. Those lengths can be customizable, but nevertheless, of course, the mixing pattern of 360-degree and overall configuration makes this unit ideal for circular tanks. But again, you can also install units in the center of the tank, or maybe by removing several diffuser pipes, you can put units close to the wall of the basin, or you can cover and provide supplemental aeration and mixing in a, let's say, different shaped tanks, triangular, when it's something else besides circular or rectangular tank design. Another popular application for hurricane, basically hurricane units, is shown on this picture on the right. This is installation for in sludge holding tanks, and tanks are actually covered. We have a hatch opening, and we basically the hurricane unit can be put through very small opening in the tank, and what we have done in this case, instead of solid diffuser pipes, we supplied with flexible hoses, which we obviously had space limitations, and hatch was of a limited size, and providing flexible air hoses allowed us installing unit in the covered tanks. In regards to hurricane applications, again, that would be a good solution for any smaller surface area tanks, or when you have a really deep tank up to 23 feet depth. We also have it as a popular solution for post aeration basins, very easy to install and operate when people have preference for submersible unit for some reason. For some reasons, that's a solution what we would offer. SBR application, flow equalization basins, is also a popular option, or popular application for this product line. Going to next, another most popular product, it's probably number 3 most selling product at Fluence, is low speed twister aerators. As you can see, we have extensive line of mechanical aeration products. I will also have a video of this product in my next slide, and this unit is the most efficient unit overall, have very high aeration and mixing rate. Let me run this video for you. So it's a low speed twister aerator. We have a float mounted option, as you can see here on the right, and we also have a fixed mounted option, as shown in this picture on the left. So twister low speed aerators, they are designed to create a very strong pumping force that pulls oxygen deficient water up from the bottom of the basin, and exposes it to the air above the water surface. So at the surface, the water is mixed intensively, and we're also creating a 360-degree circular pattern. As I mentioned before, it's a uniquely designed rotor. It's a slow rotation operation. Typically, we see RPM from 40 to 100, and with this unit, we are providing exceptional aeration and mixing in the basin, and we can reach depths up to 20 feet and sometimes even higher. The unique design rotor, it's actually made out of fiberglass, and the rotor is has a floating design. The rotor is actually floating and reducing the stress on the gear drive. Here's a gear motor, and we are flexible. We have our brand of preference for gear drive motors, but that component can be customized if your customer have a preference for a certain brand or maker. This unit makes sense to install for high rate aeration basins, and when you need a very high oxygen requirements. As you can see, float mounted unit here shown here on the left. It's definitely not the cheapest unit available from Fluence. It's not, it's a gear-driven equipment. So there is a cost associated with components and a certain operation. So my choice for this unit would be when we cannot offer or we cannot supply enough oxygen with our tornado blower sister tornado. We would offer twister low speed aerators for your application. Um, but again, that will not be a inexpensive solution. However, we have a decent base of installations with this product, and I would say larger lagoons, heavily loaded lagoons, would be a popular application for these units. Industrial users are quite interested in this product. Due to high rate aeration and very strong mixing capacity. We also have hybrid systems when we combine twist aerator and then some tornado units to provide supplemental mixing. That's also another approach to utilize this technology. So as I mentioned before, the twister aerators can be mounted on a pontoon system, and we also offer fixed mounted applications where you have a bridge mount or constant water level or a platform. Super high oxygen transfer rate and strong horizontal mixing. That's the feature of the unit. Once again, all of the components besides fiberglass rotor, all of this will be 304 or 316 stainless design. Or the configuration is 316 or 304 stainless steel. Another product Fluence have, we don't offer it as often, but it's definitely available in our product portfolio, is a floating pedal wheel horizontal splashing aerator. So a very good picture here showing the pontoon mounted system. That's the only option for us. We do not have a fixed mounted design. Even if you plan to install this product in oxidation ditch, it will come with pontoon system. This product is also provides a very high oxygen transfer rate and obviously strong horizontal mixing. It's the aerator has a slowly rotating brush rotor, which efficiently introduces high levels of oxygen into wastewater, and we have a very strong horizontal mixing action. I think this is a video. Let me see if it will work, guys. Probably not. Think I did. Okay. Yeah, this video will not work. But anyway, as other products, we offer 100% stainless steel construction. It's unique feature about Fluence offering would be these bolted blades, and majority of other players in the market, they would offer welded blade design. When you have welded blades, it's really hard to replace the broken blade in the field conditions. Fluence offer bolted design, and it's definitely can be replaced without sending units back to your welding shop or sending it back to the factory. We have models available. Smallest unit is 2, and we go up to a 20 horsepower in the range for these units. We use high quality gear drives, and as similar to other units, we have pontoons, which are foam filled stainless steel floats, and grease lubricated bearing design maximizes the equipment life. Let's see, I think we mentioned features. Another thing to mention is optional swing arm system. The unit comes with pontoons, and in case if you have some water fluctuation in the basin, we can also supply a swing arm system to allow some water fluctuation in the basin. Also, we can provide integral legs, as you can see here on the right, and they will prevent basin and equipment damage if water level drops. Mainly applications for monsoons would be large lagoons, shallower lagoons, gains a horizontal mixing and aeration device. So we don't have as such a strong mixing action going towards the bottom of the basin. It's more horizontal. So it's suitable option for very shallow basins when we're talking about 5 feet, and definitely oxidation ditches. Those are main most popular applications. We also have installation equalization tanks when it's a shallower basin. All right. One product to mention, probably a majority of you are not aware of that we have it in our offering, but just a couple slides about our induced air flotation system called Zephyr. You can see product pictures here, but basically what we use it for is for fat, oil, and grease removal from your wastewater. We do not offer a complete system with tank. We offer just this part here, so just the aerator itself. We had several custom projects where we designed the tank and provided skimmer system, but it's not our main focus, or we leave it for just somebody else to provide. And but we definitely can supply you aerator. We have a lot of installations actually outside of US, China, and the Asian markets. Palm oil use this product for efficient removal of fat, oil, and any type of floatable solid removal from your wastewater. So basically, Zephyr allows separation of oil, fat, and grease from liquid, and removal of any kind of FOG from your wastewater. And we can, again, we're talking about small quantities or higher concentrations for industrial applications. You can adjust the size and volume of air bubbles. That's one unique feature, and you can create ultra fine, slow rising bubbles. What it can be used for is also gas injection. Some of the customers utilize it to ideal method for gas injections in their application. So, but basically the unit is used for flotation and phase separation applications. Again, Fluence not necessarily chases applications where we need to supply skimmer system, tank. We just sell equipment as a separate part. I mentioned popular applications, mainly industrial customers, petrochemical industries, definitely a lot of food industries, vegetable and oil processing industries, and can be installed municipal wastewater treatment where you have excessive fat, oil, and grease cases. Another product we have in our portfolio would be cyclone coarse bubble diffuser. Cyclone coarse bubble stainless steel diffusers. We used to offer complete diffuser systems. We are no longer doing it, but we have just diffusers, coarse bubble diffusers in our portfolio. We utilize them in our packaged wastewater treatment plants. And the diffuser is made out of stainless steel, and come with two different sizes, 24 and 12-inch um, uh, length. You can see the CFM range, material of connections. It's self-explanatory. Please note that it's available in our portfolio diffusers only. We do not offer complete diffuser systems. Um, Really quick about freshwater line, we offer equipment to provide supplemental aeration and mixing in rivers, lakes, and ponds. It's an equipment designed for freshwater applications. As you can see here, unit similar to Tornado, but it has a non-metallic float system, which allows us to provide some cost savings to the customer. We also have small fountains. They can be solar powered and electrically powered. And we have a solar powered luminaire circulators, which can be operated without power on site. And it's a great application for anaerobic anoxic basins where you have a shallow basin and just need to provide additional natural oxygenation, or freshwater ponds where you want to avoid stagnant water conditions. So please note that we have those products available. Once again, want to emphasize Fluence's strong industrial focus. We work with a lot of industries, and our equipment, mechanical aeration and mixing equipment, is installed at a lot of industrial customers, especially in US. This is a partial list of installation of folks we're working with. And again, this is just mechanical mixing and aeration customers for us. So please keep that in mind. We have expertise and we can offer a solution. Wanted to bring your attention. We have a specific industrial aeration brochures available on our website. Relatively new marketing material, and we have specific industries and specific equipment suitable for certain industries listed. So please visit our website and definitely read through very good brochures, and outlines the possible solutions for specific industries such as landfill, leachate, pulp and paper, food and beverage. To learn more about aeration equipment, please visit our website. I know we are running a little bit behind. We have a few minutes left. I think I covered majority of the product, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have for me regarding our mechanical aeration and mixing technology. I don't know if we have anything in the chat here.
There's one question in the chat.
Yes, we do have oxygen transfer testing data available for products. So please contact me, and I'll be happy to chat and advise on that. In regards to sharing PowerPoint presentation, I probably can share a much shorter slide. I think it's the presentation is overwhelming, but we have a smaller presentation available in PDF to share with you guys. Certificate of attendance showing credit hours. I think we can issue those.
Yes,
Definitely.
if you can email me, I'll put my email address in the chat if you need a certificate.
Yep, we'll be happy to provide that. And again, guys, just wanted to show you that we have a very strong expertise and many years of experience in designing, building mechanical aeration products, and we're a strong player in the market. Please don't forget that. We have experience in sizing multiple applications for municipal and industrial customers. I'm always happy to assist. Please send an email, and we have a Aeration questionnaire I can share. You can collect data from your customer or for your application, and based on that, we can provide our recommendation, or we can verify your sizing. um, Always happy to assist, and don't forget about us. We will be happy to help. If we don't have any questions, I think I have 1 minute left. Thank you so much, ladies, for preparing this webinar session, and thank you everybody for your attendance. Again, my email is dpalumbo@fluencecorp.com. We'll be happy to answer any other questions or provide additional information about the products. It's a lot to cover, but thank you.